Hello my Beatles friends, welcome to a new video. Let me adjust the camera, okay, yeah. It's minus 14 degrees tonight, so I will be sitting a little bit cozy, warm. Today's video I'd like to talk with you, discuss with you a topic that I was planning to do a video about quite some time, but didn't have time to do it. A couple of months ago, I bought a couple of British EPs, and today I'd like to talk with you about them. Today in this video, I would like to show every single British EP. Sorry for my English. Every British EP, and I will show you how it looks like, how to identify the first one, and I will compare it to the parallel release of 1978 from the Blue Box. I'm not gonna make any sound reviews because for me the British originals always sound better no matter what. Okay, I'll just show you the cover, the front, back, and the label, and how to identify. Okay. So let's start with, I will go by chronologically by release date. Now, I have my notes here and I can't remember everything. So here we're talking about the EP number 1, which was released in 12th July 1963. This is called Twist and Shout. So that's the cover, laminated. The back is not laminated, but we have flips. This is the identifying characteristic of the first issue, that it is a first pressing, and it says here Garrod. That's the printer's credits. So this how looks like the original Twist and Shout EP. Now, if you look at the label is yellow black parlophone label with a KT here embossed, and it's a push out center. Now I have to mention that all those EPs were also issued on solid center, but I don't have solid center EPs except Magical Mystery Tour. All my EPs are on the push out center. Okay, and here on the perimeter it says parlophone. It's important, parlophone here, and no sold in UK text. This is also important. Now, for comparison, I'd like to show you the Twist and Shout EP, which is in the box. First of all, you can compare the back side. The original has the flip here, you see? The lamination flip, and the repress doesn't have it. So this is already an identifying characteristic that this is not the first pressing. Second of all, the reprint is just a glossy paper, it's not laminated. And the paper is flimsy, it's very thin. This is thick. So here we have the identifying characteristics that this is the reissue. And also what's important is that the edge here is complete on the original, rather than on the reissue we have here, little cut. This is the comparison between two, and you can see that reissue is a little bit brighter than the original. And let's look at the 1978 EP. It looks identical, but the color of the label itself is a bit brighter. First of all, it doesn't have the KT embossed here, and the most important thing here is that on the perimeter it says EMI Records Limited, all the rights reserved. So this is not the 60s pressing for sure. I will not be showing you all the EPs from the EP box, but I will refer to some of them. Okay, next one. The Beatles Hits. That's the guy. Once again, same story here. We have here the flips, all 3 flips, and the edge here is complete, and this is fully laminated. And now let's look at the label. By the way, Hits was released on September the 6th, 1963. And here we have, I have PTK, PKT. text code. I never noticed that before. So once again, here we have here text code, and we also have here parlophone. I'll show you the cover of the hits just for the comparison. This is the reissue, and one thing that we have to notice here is that on the reissue on the back we have a printer's credits is Garrod, and here on the original on the bottom right corner we have here BUPR credits. So that's the another identifying characteristic. And once again, it's not laminated, it's flimsy, thin paper, and here we don't have a flip. Next EP. Next EP was released on November the 1st, 1963. The same thing here, BUPR credit, 3 flips. Here is the full edge, no cut. It's laminated on the front. All the characteristics are there. And let's look at the EP itself. It's a push-out center with a KT text code with some writing on it, yeah. And yeah, KT2 on the G1. It's a good matrix. And we have here, yeah, once again parlophone on the perimeter. So no sold in UK text yet. Next one, All My Loving. Now, here we have a little bit tricky thing to notice. First of all, this is the cover. Once again, all 3 flips. I mean, the covers are absolutely standard and always the same. Garrod printers credits, but here we have 2 different covers. Now, if you look in the back, you can notice that one of them is full and the other one is edge is cut. This is the later pressing and this is the first original pressing. So the later pressings, also on the 60s versions, we have here the edge a bit, you know, trimmed, a bit cut, you know, here. You see that? Yeah. Okay, so this tells me that it's a later pressing. But this one is the first pressing. Now, I have 2 EPs, but they are both different. Why? First of all, we can see here that it's push-out center and there is no sold in UK text. Now, if you take a look at this one, here we already have sold in UK text. And this version of All My Loving with sold in UK text is considered to be the first one. Why? Because it was released on February the 7th, and within a month or 2 after that, Parlophone started printing labels with sold in UK. So this original EP without sold in UK is considered a bit rare. It's considered a bit difficult to find and it's overlooked. And this one came shortly after it, and we can see that during this EP we have sold in UK text here. Now if you look at the next EP, just for example, Long Tall Sally, that was released on June the 19th, already has sold in UK text. So somewhere between February and June, this sold in UK text was added. I think it was April. Somebody told me it was April. I might be mistaken. If I am, please tell me in the comment section below. Okay? So, important thing here with All My Loving is that the original one comes without sold in UK. And then comes the most common with sold in UK. There was a period of time when I thought that sold in UK text was kind of the first one, but then somebody told me that sold in UK text appeared in April, and I see that it was released in February, so I started looking for this one without sold in UK, and eventually I found it. So this one considered a bit rare. Took me a long time to find it. Next one, Long Tall Sally, released June 19th 1964, fully laminated, 3 flips on the back, and we already have the edge a bit shorter here, a bit cut. I think that was the new innovation from printers It has sold in UK text, but still, here on the perimeter we have parlophone. That's important because it's gonna change. That's how it looks like, and I do have here text code KT and sold in UK on the both sides. Next one. Extracts from the film A Hard Day's Night. We have two, but this one, the first one is the blue one. EJD printer. We have here 3 flips as usual. The edge here is a bit cut. It's laminated. Everything's okay. All there. Now let's go to the EP, and we have here KT text code. We have sold in UK text. We have parlophone here on the perimeter, and all there. Next one. This A Hard Day's Night was released on November the 4th, 1964. The next one, second one from A Hard Day's Night, which is the orange one, was released on November the 6th, 1964, 2 days later. Okay. So, printed by Garland and Lofthouse. This is a great condition. This is the last one to arrive, by the way. Okay, laminated on the front, not laminated on the back, 3 flips, all usual. What do we see here? Still 1964. We still have here parlophone on the perimeter, sold in UK, push out center, KT text code, made in Great Britain, the matrix number, and stamper is G. Cool. Okay. Sometimes I like to discover new things on my items that I have for so long. Okay, next one. Beatles for Sale. April the 5th, 1965. That's the EP. That's how it looks like. Once again, laminated front cover, 3 flips on the back. The edge is a bit cut and the back is not laminated. All there. Now, if we look on the EP itself, we still have parlophone here, sold in UK, made in Great Britain, and the matrix is G1. Cool. Wow, I'm proud of my collection. Now, for comparison, I have Beatles for Sale here with me, and as you can see, the label is brighter, no sold in UK, and EMI Records Limited. You can directly say that it's not the original. This is. So, next one, Beatles for Sale number 2. Let me take it out from a shrink. This one was released on June the 4th, 1965. It's in absolutely mint condition, so I keep it in a shrink. That's the one. 3 flips as usual. Laminated. Now, and if you can see here, very interesting thing happened with this one, starting from this one. We have, my matrix is GH3. Okay. So, once again, made in Great Britain, sold in UK text. But on this one, and starting from this one, you will see that on the perimeter here, it says not parlophone anymore, it says gramophone. Now, there is a Please Please Me album, which is very difficult to identify sometimes which one is the first pressing or the 8th pressing. Why? Because Please Please Me was released still when sold in UK text was not used. And the 8th pressing or 9th pressing in the 69 was released after the sold in UK text was already emitted. So you have 2 versions of Please Please Me, both of them without sold in UK text. So people think that they have the early pressing from 1963, but somebody says that it's 1969. The only way to identify is to look at the perimeter here. If it says parlophone, it's the early pressing, 63. If it says gramophone, it's the later pressing from 69. I have the version, but I will show it to you in some other video. But Take my word for it. Okay, so this is the original Beatles for Sale #2 single, which was released on June the 4th, 1965, and this is the first one that has gramophone on the perimeter. So it started from mid-June, and if we compare the first Beatles for Sale and the second Beatles for Sale, this one still has parlophone and this one already has gramophone. Now, the first one was released April the 6th and this is June the 4th. So we have 2 months difference, and somewhere within these 2 months this change happened. The Beatles Million Sellers. This one actually is the first ever EP that I got from this collection. Once again, we have here not laminated back, laminated front, 3 flips. Not gonna talk about the covers anymore. Okay, and here we have, and this one was released December the 6th, 1965. And here we have once again the Made in Great Britain, KT, and here gramophone. This remains unchanged. Next one, Yesterday. Yesterday was released, the EP Yesterday was released March the 4th, 1966. And once again, we have here the push-out center with sold in UK, KT text code, and gramophone. This is important. And here we have the cover. That's the cover. Excuse my light, I have to change the angle. Okay, so this is the cover. And that's the back. Okay, next one, the most difficult one to get, one of the hardest items in the Beatles collection to find. This is taken from the picture of Paperback Writer and Rain sessions, but this one is from Rubber Soul. Nowhere Man, Drive My Car, Miss Shelley, You Won't See Me, and this one was released on July the 8th, 1966, before the Revolver album. But videos for those 2 songs were already filmed. And here we have the EP. Once again, gramophone, sold in UK. My matrix is G0. Cool. Okay. And once again, laminated on the front and not laminated in 3 flips as usual. Okay. And here we come to the latest one, the last one, which is Magical Mystery Tour. Now, with the Magical Mystery Tour, I'm not gonna go deep into details because I made a video a couple of days ago and you can see that video. There is a detailed information about Magical Mystery Tour, how to identify, how to look at, and there are 2 EPs and the label and the push-out center and the solid center. All of them look the same, but I will just show you how the solid center EPs look like. That's the solid center EP. We have here everything the same, only here is the complete one. It's not the, hole here. So once again, gramophone here, made in UK, parlophone, label, all the same. Now this is mono, I also have a stereo one. And in order to identify the first pressing, the lyric sheet should be blue, not yellow. But please go down to the description section below and there is a link to a breakdown of the Magical Mystery Tour 5 pressings that I have in my collection, and I'm speaking there with every detail possible. Okay, so right now I have in my hand 4 of them. Okay, so all the details are in that video. Please go and watch that video. And what I forgot to mention, when Magical Mystery Tour EP was released December the 8th, 1967. So there was a more than a 1 year gap between 2 EPs. And Magical Mystery Tour turned out to be the last EP. So thank you very much for watching this video. I just wanted to show you how to identify the original pressings of the UK EPs. I hope you liked my video, and please watch my other video about Magical Mystery Tour, and the White Album press review will be out shortly. Okay, I will make a premiere, so you have the link like few days before. You will know when it comes. If you want to watch, I'll be more than happy. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you have all the Beatles original British EPs. They sound the best. Bye bye.